toxic webs, visualizing the evil Wi-Fi frequency fence cloaking the Western world. If we could see the mobile signals being sent and received from hundreds of devices that surround us, they would cover us like a psychedelic patchwork quilt. That's according to the latest visualizations from US artist Nikolay Lamb. Lamb worked with computer engineering professionals in Illinois to learn how mobile networks and frequencies are distributed across the US cities, New York and Chicago. The result is a colourful grid system that blankets buildings and famous landmarks, and in real life would change and glow as frequencies changed. To plot the signals, Lamb consulted with Professor from the University of Chicago. Lamb began dividing each city into a hexagonal grid, and the grid points were based on the location of mobile phone masts and base stations. Lamb then used the network operator data to work out which frequencies are emitted from which individual stations. Each frequency was assigned a colour, and the higher the number of users in that location using that frequency and the larger the block of colour. When multiple signals were sent, the colours were combined. The channel combinations shown are not static but rather change rapidly in time as different users are assigned different channels, explained Lamb. If you were to take a photo of these rapid changes, you'd likely to see a wide array of colours as seen in the illustrations. In the city centres, Lamb deliberately made the hexagons smaller to account for the increased number of residents, and therefore the increased number of signals and frequencies need to serve them. Lamb's other images show how the signals would look if users were stood in front of Capitol Hill or Herbert C. Hoover Building in Washington. The project was a follow-up to Lamb's Wi-Fi visualizations released last year, which depicted the shape of the Wi-Fi signals. Different colours were used to distinguish the different subchannels. In these images, Lamb worked with former NASA astrobiologist M. Browning Vogel to learn how the networks move. The designs were then based on coverage data taken from around the US Congress and the National Mall in Washington. Each picture shows a familiar Washington landmark surrounded by Wi-Fi channels, representing as different colours as interlocking bubbles. Lamb then added a hazy effect to areas of the signal broke by a tree, landmark or other obstacle. This guy's done some great research, so I leave the link and you can have a look. The importance of the grids and how they are setting up this network. This is another layer into the matrix. Tesla said, if you want to understand the universe, think of it as frequency and vibration.